Good day. How is everybody today? I'm fine. I'm going to be a little bit all over the place. I will be going over a few things. It's going to be a short video. I'm not really quite sure where to start, as I never am. Hello, Ronnie. How you doing? Ron, for 40 years, I went as Ronnie. And all of a sudden, after the 40th year, the Régie, SAAQ, decided to check my license and says, hey, man, your name's not Ronnie. It's Ronald. We'll change your name. A few years later, they take away my license because of what somebody else says. Today, I'm getting a phone call. It's going to last an hour. I'm going to shut my door down. So if anybody sees this video before, please don't call me or send me any messages. Weird, that's online. I don't have to answer them. Just letting you know. Here is the beginning of what I want to say. When you add up 1 to 6, it equals to 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We passed the 5, but 6 is 3 above and 3 underneath. We can connect them all together. In the game of roulette, okay, we can connect top to the bottom. Okay, we can connect. I can put a chip on these two and make them come to be 1. A chip on these two, make them come to be 1. The odds on this are 17 to 1. 17 to 1 plus you get back your chip is 17 plus 1 equals to your 18. 17, 18, and 19. Now, what happens is 17 to 1, one of them comes up, this one or this one, you get back your 17, you get 17 chips, plus you get to keep your 1, 17 plus your 1 instead of losing that 1. You see, if you started with 10 and you lost a 1, you'd end up with 9. But if you win this bet over here, you get 17 plus 1, 17 plus 9 is 26, plus 1 is 27. That's why 27 red, win a big dog, is because you win your chip back. These two. If I put a chip over here between these four, it's 8 to 1. If I put a chip right on this one, or any one of these singles, it's 35 to 1. 35 to 1 for a whole. 3 and 5 equals to 8. 1 and 7 for 2 equals to 8. And 8 equals to 8. 0, 8 equals to 14 equals to the circumference of the moon. Look at that. Circumference of the moon picks up 4. You go all the way around 4. By just putting it in the center, it counts for all the way around. If you put it in between, it counts for the 2. It counts for the oval. 0. And you can't put it in between 3. You can put it here, and it'll be an extended 1. 1 picks up 3. The odds on this one, I think, are 11 to 1. You see the way creation picks up 11 to 1, and that's 3? For the 3 bets, if you're following me, 11 to 1 equals 2. 2 plus the 1 chip is creation because it started with 1 chip. Without the 1 chip, you don't get anything else. So if any one of these 3 numbers, regardless, comes in, you get back. So it's all 888. That's your payout. Now, the 35 to 1 will create 23. 23 and 35 to 1 will create 58. That's the spirit of 1. The 17 to 1 will create 15. That's Mars. 15. The 8 to 1 will now create 14, and it is the circumference of a cube, of a 6-number cube. Now, you get these 3 here, and these 3 here together, or you get these 3 and these 3. So this can play above, and this can play low. But you cannot get this and this unless you play on the side 9 numbers. But there is no 9 numbers in roulette. You must play 12 numbers in roulette. 12, or you can play 12 from down here, or 12 from over here. This set of 12, or the single row of 12. That's my 1 point over here. Now we're going to get back to over here. When you add up 1 to 6, it's 21. 4 to 10 equals to 49. But a 6 area, 4 till 9, right? When you add up 1 to 9, it equals to 45. We're going to take away 1, 2, 3, and we're going to be using this row. This row over here equals to 39. Boom. 39 to sky, 49 to gateway. 7 by 7. The word EIGHT equals 49. 3 by 9 is the 27 red and 12 equals to 3 and 9 again. The sky system of Saturn. And this equals to 36 Earth and Saturn and Mercury inside of Earth, which means the passage of the arrow going through the 5 section, right? Not this way. These are crisscross the star and then this. All the stars go around 1. 8 go around 1. This one and this one equals to 2. The center. 2 different kinds of 1s, 2 different kinds of angle. That's how we get this. The total here is 88. 4 to 10 is the beginning of everything because when we go to the crap table, the game of 7, 7 come 11, this is a 2 to 1 payout. So in life, it's all about 2 to 1. In Fibonacci, we're going to jump right now. It becomes, look what happens. 1 and 2 becomes 2 and 1 becomes 3. 3 and 2 now becomes 5. We have 3 and 5. Electric company becomes 8 and 13. 21 the cube becomes 21 and 34 equals to 55. Now what we're going to, don't look at this number over here. What happens between this number, okay, the greatest number, and the lowest number from this row over here equals to 8 and 34. The difference is 26. The separation inside is 25, equaling to 51. This is what happens. Every second number in Fibonacci, you pick it up. The difference is this, the lowest to the highest. And that's your difference. In seconds, 39 sky equals to 1 cube, 20 plus 1. The 1 spirit is what ignites everything. 20 and 39 equals to 59, Einstein. And this is the number that connects the totality of the moon, 9 to 5. 4 hours, 240, 240 twice, 480, it's Mayan month, 480 minutes. 1089, okay, 33 by 33 is 1089, which becomes 1689, 105, the hand of God, or 73, the son of God, Nibiru, the number 73. Now, I know you might not understand most of what's going on, but that's okay. I must put it out there. 54 is the sun. 59 is in the heart of the sun. Einstein, the mind. 180 is half of 3, 6, and 9. 3 by 6 is 18. 18 by 9 is 90, and 8 is 72. 162 plus 18, 180 becomes 186. 168 is the week, but it's half the week because it takes 2 parts of this to create the totality. 168 is 336. 336 days divided by 12 is 28. 28, 12 moons. I'm going to go on to the next piece here. We've done this already, but I must mention it again. The salt, or the alternator, because you need salt to commence with the energy, right? But you also need water to transmit the energy, even without salt. If you put electric into water without salt, what will happen? Two sides will ignite. Season, 25, 48, 73. Again, seasons changed by the robotics of Nibiru. Call it the Hubble scope. Rabbit is 52, so is Earth. Duck seasons, they fly in the high sky. Ducks connected to Saturn. Ducks connected to the Hoover Dam. Ducks. Duck hunt, 63 creation. Half of Pluto. There's something else I wanted to mention in here. Give me a second. Let me look it up. There were a lot of body. Let me look it up. The difference between Little League and the majors. The difference between, I saw this word, right? And this word says the split oceans, Pisces. Now, I don't know about Pisces, and I don't know the reverse of Pisces, okay, because there's more than one side. If we looked at Pisces as being the cube, right? It's around the cube, and it's through the cube, the top and the bottom. What we go through, top and bottom, is your 7. 1 goes through 6, all around 14. Here's your N and your Z backwards. Here's your center. See the way it creates the 1? See the way it creates the 1? See these two sides over here? This is your pyramid. Here's your 8, 3 levels. Now remember, let me see if I can get this closer. 1, 2, 3, 4 squares inside of this. We create a square not cutting out in between the squares. We go exactly in the squares. But when you create 3 as this, when you create 1, 2, 3, we have a single square only. Here is your Z with the plus sign. This is what happens. You cannot create a square inside of this one. I'm going to try and see if I can show you why, because there is no square inside of this one. The only one, the way this one will create, that's the only way we can create this one. It must be the diamond. 3, 1, and 2 levels. These are 2 levels, these are 3. With 3 levels, I have the center. With 2 levels, I must create a diamond. The diamonds next to each other will create the multiplication sign. This is the plus sign and the multiplication sign of what happens. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is 6 and 8, 14. 4 by 8 is 32 and 12. 2 by 6, 2 plus 6 equals 8 and 12. This is your transmission. This is the letter T that connects your Venus inside your Saturn, which connects Pluto inside Uranus. 14 on this side, 20 on this side equals 34. DC is now connected. 4 is alone. 10 comes together and splits 2 worlds. 10 splits 4 and 10 splits 6. 44 space and 62. 106, 166, the splitting of the light. That's just because I know what the numbers are, and that's what they say in simple terms. Serotonin, Seroquel says switch of 1 to 9, which means a switch of the energy. Seroquel says another switch of the energy. So something in our energy between 1 and 9 is switched, between the mouth and the ass. Sorry to mention it that way. Depending on how you want to design it, here is the regular way for the bow tie, and here is the uplinked version for the bow tie. Cutting inside, getting the center dot over here. Instead of going on the outside, I'm showing you the center dot by creating this image over here. April 1st is the 91st day of the year, the day of the spirit. It's the day of the fish. April Fool's Day, they call it the fish in French. The 120th day is April 30th. That will connect the 7th gate, because when you add 1 to 15, it equals 120. 48 equals to space. 4 by 8, 4 plus 8 equals to 44. 4 by 8 is 32. The doorway, 4 plus 8 is 12. 12 is 1 and 2 is 3. 44 is 8. 3 and 8 becomes the church. Becomes the church. Between the two sides, you have to pass under the church, to the left or to the right, the divided church. 48 days later is June 17. 6 and 8, 101. 101, 6 and 8, the odds of 7 to 6. 1 away from 7 on both sides. 6 times 8 is 48. 168 hours in a week. East-West, HQZ 888, ACE in the piano creates ice. I don't know why, like I said before, we seem to be frozen. A little bit lower, Moon equals 57, GE is 12. The electric gates, Bill Gates, electric gates. G&E, electric gates. 2 times 1, 2 plus 1 is 5. 2 times 1, 2 plus 1 is 5. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3 equals to 15. 9 and 6, 15. 6 and 9 is the cat and the dog's pregnancy. 3 times 3, 3, 3 is the pig's pregnancy, which divides the I and I, because it's only I and I, 2 sides. Divided by 2 sides, the pig's pregnancy is 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 days. This becomes 6, becomes 565, which stands for New World Order, NWO. Now, the sun is 54, the moon becomes 1/3 of 1973 again, relink with Nibiru. ABC becomes 765, EFG becomes 765, 7 by 642, 7 by 642, 13 and 13 equals 55, 55, becomes 7, 7, 7, 757 in the center, ABC connecting, and what is it all about? D. The next link is H, 8, but it has to revert back to D. Doesn't matter where you go, it'll always revert back to D, because 8 is 2 areas, 4 to the left, 4 to the right, and what connects them? 4 in the center. Let's do it real easy. We take these 4, and then we take these 4. And then we put the 1 in here. That gives us our 5, 2, 5, 2. 25, 6, 25 of the Mayan time. We were talking before about June, and we were talking about April before, the 120th day, 245 plus 1 day to go. 245 and 1 day to go. Guess what? That's right now. 155, this is Jesus, 74 and 77. So Jesus Christ, the energy, power, the linkage between us and the sun. Because the Son of God, the sun, we have to play with the words, brings us to the true reality of the expression. There's 5,280 feet in a mile. 5281 plus 2005 equals 7286. So somehow, she is in me. MI is 13, is 4, is 9, 4, 9, 36. It is the circle. L and E equals to 17, the queen. 1 and 7, the gateway. 17 and 13 and 9 equals to the sky. 39, 13, 22, 32, 34, and 5, 39. This is the sky system, the mile high. So whatever that mile high, the sky system is run out of there. 52 becomes 5286, 8668. They're 101 away from the 7th gate. And the 7th gate is 1/4 of what it stands for. 63,366 inches. 3, the divided 6 of 2 worlds of creation. 1,760 yards by 3 feet. 1760, or how about 1771, and 1776, and 1779? Opus Dei. 440 by 4, 1776. 444 by 4 is 1776. 222 by 8 is 1776. And 2 times 8, 88 is 1776. The linkage is the power in the moon. Another thing I wanted to mention is we have to look at our kidneys and understand something. I saw in a movie, they wrote nephrologistics. I'm not sure exactly what it means, but I do understand the kidney stone, or the kidney beans, okay? The kidney, the goat. I don't know what it means. 11 and 9, 911. 911 is the birth, or it's K9. K9D, 36 creation. 9 times 11 is 99, Jupiter. Jupiter in Mars. Creation from Mercury inside of Mars. With the, and E is back to Jupiter and the divided of Earth, because 25 is the Y letter, and it's also Earth. When you write out phone numbers, 443, here's 443. The center 4 becomes an H. The next one becomes an 8, becomes 888. 4, 4, 3, 5, 9. All these numbers linked together create 8888, and then the last number is open, and the first number is open. What's enclosed? It's all 8s, except for this number here. When you put 2 4s back together, 4 or 7 or 1 will make the difference in everything. If you're doing 2, if you're doing 3, if you're doing 5, if you're doing 6, if you're doing 8, if you're doing 9, 6 numbers will close you in and create 8. 3 numbers will not. So there are 6 8s. The 3 letter, the 3 number, here's back to back. Okay, or overlapping it, all it'll make is the field goals. 48 are the field goals. Now here's 3, but because 3 is on 1, can I just show you it a little bit different? How can I get that light in here? 1 level, let me see. There's 3 levels in here. Because there's 3 levels, I do not have a center arm. The only way to get a center arm, okay, is by working it on 2 levels, or by working it on 4 levels. Now we will have a center arm, but here we do not. So to express this, what we actually do is we go up a level, and we create the C around it, and now C is now created with E. Because of the center block to one side, we can't create it. We automatically have to put that block. If we come to H, look at the links. This will link inside here. Now, when I go to recreate another letter like this, now I don't know if I should go up or down, because I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, depending on how many lines you do, you cannot find the center line. You see the center line right now is right here. We need that center line to have 2 sides, and it will create the dividing. This is also the cap you will see on the king, and the cap you'll see on the jack. It's Y and Y, 25 Y, because 25 and 27. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another one of these, and another one of these, and we're going to bring it down. How many levels? 1 level over here. I'm going to have to go over this, and I don't want to, so I won't. 1 and 1, and the next one is through here, and then I'm going to come down here, and here, and I'm going to come down here, and here. This is what's going to bring me to my next level, and when you run to that next level, what ends up happening? You end up with this. 5, 2, space, 5, 2. Now, I'm supposed to do this the other way. It's a reverse. But 25, 625 is the Mayan number, and it shows up right here in the space. Now, we make the same space above. Do you see this over here, what's happening? Here's the space for the center over here. Okay? So we're going to join and lock these together. I'm going to join and lock all these together. I think I'm going to like to do this in a blue. Okay? I'm going to do this in a blue. And now that this was not supposed to be like that, I'm sorry. Wow, I shouldn't have done that. This has to go down one other level. This has to go down one other level, and I have to, is this the way this is going? Yes, this goes down another level. There's 1, 2 levels open, then 1 more level, over to the right, and down like this, over, up, and then over this way, then down, and then over, up. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, over, up. Let me see, did I get that right? I don't know if I did that right. Did I? No, I didn't, eh? It had to be over here. Okay, so that's not a good picture. I'm going to have to do something. But the main thing I wanted to show you is what happens. When you join it, okay, you automatically create the next I inside your H. You will create an I and an I inside your H. You become your H2O. So I know I don't like this design, but that's the way it came out to be. The apple between two sides. The apple is the key between two sides. I'm trying to see if there's anything else in here. There probably is. We must begin at 8. So it becomes 8, 10, 12. 12 becomes 3. It becomes 3, 5, 7. 8 and 8 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. 8 and 8 is 16. Why do we have 5? That's my question. Now remember, this becomes 0. Why does this become 5? 2 times 1, 2 plus 1 is 5. 10 becomes 7. Since this is 2 and 2 and 16, this becomes 7. I'm going to have to cut the rest of this video out. Okay, now we have this one over here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so this is what we have. 8, 10, and 12 goes back to the beginning because 2 and 1 is 3. 8 becomes 0, 8 becomes 6, 8 becomes 14. 1 and 4 equals 5. 10 becomes 16, which brings in the light. 1 and 6 is 7. 3, 5, 7, rotation. Earth and George. This is George. We spoke about George before. George and the law is at Walmart's inside George because they sell George. George 12, 33, 12. 55 inside the sun. 33, 43, 45, 33, 44, 45. 33, 45, 57. Inside the sun, run by the moon. Electricity, George. George running the moon. The wall, or the law, is the art of M. Y-M-A-R-T. Okay? Martin. That word. Okay? The I-N says 29. The I-N is pi. The art is 1, 18, and 20 is 39 equals the sky. Wall equals to 23, 5. A1, 5, 1 is Mars. L says her Mars. L equals to 12, 1 and 2 is 3 equals to 5, 1, 3 says ace. Wall, George is the electricity, the passage to the moon, connecting to the oceans, and running the oceans. A, B, C, E, F, G, when we run them together, becomes 14, 19, 33, two sides. 33 and 5 is 38. 38 and 10 is 48. 33 and 1 is 34, running DC. Running DC north to south. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. This is only for me, my friends, only for me. But if you find something, I share it with everybody because it's for all of us. If somebody can find something, I'm just bringing out what I can see in here. If you can bring anything else and melt something out of that ice, then you're welcome to it. This is shared. Shared, my friend, and shared. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus, but no one has a right to sell it. Thank you.